Another day in Vicky World. My audio, there it goes, it's on now. Woo, talk about freak you out just when you think you're about finished. Oh, that's an umbrella there. There. I've got such a jerry-rigged setup here. However, I looked at one of my last videos and I thought I can do better than that because it was just shadowy and a little bit too close and all kinds of things like that. So y'all come on in and we'll get started in just a few minutes. Let me know you're here. You can just say hi. There goes my throat again. I only do it when I'm around y'all. So this fancy piece of equipment right here is I guess for kids that aren't housebroken yet. But our neighbor moved and left us a package, so I thought, that might just be a good idea and cover up, this stuff right here. I'm reading something on the screen. Everybody just keeps changing stuff, from week to week. Can anybody hear me? Somebody say hi. Hello. I'm going to check my phone, see if it's coming in on YouTube. Hello. Okay. It came through loud and clear on there, so turn that back down. Hey, Lisa. Good to see you. So I've had a light fall and cameras that won't stay in their position, and, it's been one of those days. A little bit of housekeeping. Next week, I may not have a live because Monday I'm having a total knee replacement. And I'm happy about it because I've been fighting it for 50 years, some years better than others, but it has finally worn down to the point that it's nasty, according to the doctors. So total knee replacement. I'm doing a system called Mako. I don't like it. Mako, M-A-K-O. And it's computer assisted robotics. Here we go. Hi, Donna. Glad to see you. Yeah, ouch. But, I've lived with it for so long, and it's, it's just pain is just something that I hate to say I'm used to, but I'm hoping that it will be better quickly. Because it can't be any worse, let's put it that way. I can bend my knee with, like I'm going to bend over and pick something up just a little bit, and you can hear it grating. So anyway, there's your medical lesson for the day. Okay, it feels like it's been forever since I was here. Let's take a quick review where you have to like dirty old attic-y things to get a kick out of this. Here's some jelly printing I did. I might do some of that again today. I've got a plate that's ready. Thanks, Donna. I've been, God, anybody who knows me, I've been walking. It's not very pretty, but I can walk a third of a mile twice a day, and it's already helping my breathing, so we'll see. All right, I think that's where we were last time. And yesterday's video that was posted, There's this little gal. In true field note style, they just write all over the page, taking notes. And, you know, I could have written some stuff like her hair was really black, her hair bow was red, the lute was mahogany, you know. But, and then sneak peek, that's next Mondays. And the week after that, I'll give you a quick peek. Remember those envelopes I've been telling you I was going to do something with? Well, here is one of them. So, quick peek. And I've got, I don't know, 5 videos ahead dang, for Mondays, and then we'll wing it for Tuesdays. All right. The other field notes journal, that was the other thing I was doing, tore the office apart looking for it. I had forgotten that I wet some pages and then put it under a weight, and of course forgot it, but there's one of the last pages that I did on it. All right, that's where we are. When I went through some of Randy's mother's things, she was Japanese, born in the U.S., but she had Japanese parents. And I went through taking pictures of things, and this is how their correspondence was done. And you open this up right here and pull out a little piece of paper that's folded 4 times. Very thin paper, and I'm sure it's, you know, it'll never go away. It'll never rot. But the mice did get a hold of couple of her envelopes. And so I photographed them, and I decided, you know, do we really need an envelope board to cut envelopes? Because, to be quite frank with you, I have to relearn it every time I do it. I don't need that one up there. So I thought, wouldn't it be nice if we could just do an envelope and not have to measure it or anything? There, that's where it went. You know, just sit down and fold some paper and, hey, Joycey. Anyway, just fold some paper and, you know, alter the size as you go. You don't have to measure. You don't have to cut anything much. So that's where my train took me today. And then I remembered these little things. And I have these are vintage paper bags that I got at a thrift store years ago. Here's another one. So I thought, that might be fun. And then I have saved several cereal bags. And all I've done on this so far is cut the tops and bottoms off. So it's kind of making a glassine envelope. I thought that might be fun. Yep, let's start. Oh, and on top of all that, we've been managers of I don't know, 75 unit duplexes. We don't have to do anything but collect money that either goes in straight to the internet or checks come to the box at our house, and just kind of keep eyes on the ground so we don't have to do any of the hard work like credit checks and lease agreements and all that stuff. There's an office. However, something happened and they quit. Their units here in the town where we are aren't listed on the website anymore, and they asked us to please, we're done. So we've got to move. We could stay here, but the rent is really high for here. You know, I know some people pay $4,000 and $5,000 a month, but anyway, and me with a bum knee. Perfect timing. All right. Now then, what I did here is that I had a fold. I think I'm going to do it right there so we can understand that would be there, and it could be a little bit shorter than mine. So I'm just going to fold this widthwise. It does not matter how wide you make it. That's just mine. So there is my halfway fold. So what I'm doing is just making the piece to its outer dimensions. I'm not messing around with the little tabby things or anything like that. So there is my halfway. I mean, my folded piece. You can cut it, you can tear it, you can ruler it, whatever you want to do. You can get out your paper cutter, which I don't use because by the time you get it out, you don't want to do what you were doing. All right, now I'm going to open it up and I'm going to fold both of these. Doesn't matter where it is, it just overlaps a little. Not quite like that, but and we just want it to overlap maybe 1/4 inch. Again, it doesn't matter. Okay, you with me so far? Fold it in half to the width that you want. And when you've cut out your half, then fold it like this, which gives you the overall envelope, including the tabs. Okay? Okay, now, phone folder might help. This little pea pad thing isn't cushioned like a diaper. I have some of those too, but they you have that elastic problem to deal with. Now I'm going to fold this in half because both ends of the real one were the same. And you don't need to, well, duh, you don't really need to crease that right there like I just did because this is going to be open. So now you have to cut your, let me think, see, I got myself, okay. I cut a 1/2 inch off both of these sidearm pieces. You have to do this. You have to do this part individually. All right. So that's what you've got now. Any questions? All right. So I'm going to fold it back up. I'm going to fold that back up. Now, same on both ends. Same on right and left. If you want to, you can fold this in half side by side. And you've got all 4 of those little corner pieces. I mean, all 4 of the end tabs together. And then all you do is go, well, is that easy or what? And then fold it up. Fold it down. And there's your little envelope. Now, some of the things that I saw in her stash, these were actually the letter. So when you open it up, the letter is written inside here. So they did it both ways, writing on the letter and then opening it. I don't know what kind of glue they might have used. But I think in our case, and the fact that it's going in a journal, See, I made that one just about a ½ inch longer. Well, a little more than that. How did I do that? It doesn't matter. I made mine exactly the width of the paper starting out. And you can, like I said, make it any height, any width. And you don't need tools with math. Now that I've done that, I can open this one up. I won't be opening it that way, I know. Can't get a cereal box open without scissors. And my sweet Randy, all I have to do is tell him that I'm thinking about using cereal bags for something. Next thing I know, I've got 10 or 15. All right, so that's open. I don't know how I did that, but it doesn't matter. And I do have bigger scissors. Excuse me for getting your light. Not very straight, but same thing. My ends aren't straight because they were cut off to eat the cereal. So I want it to stay narrow because that's the, and I didn't measure this one either. I just remember it being, that's not too bad crooked. And we'll see if that's straight enough. Okay, now how long do I want this baby? Inch. Tabs. So this is your widest, your outer envelope, so to speak. That's that. Pun intended. Okay, are you with me? So the outer limits in just one rectangular piece. And then the next thing you do is fold it so that it overlaps. It'd be easier if I could see it. Can't see it that way either. And of course I had to pick a material that would be challenging. I don't know if glue stick will work or not. I kind of want to doubt it. But welcome to my chemistry lab. If it just holds down till we can go to the next step, that'll be good. It worked. Now I'm going to trim the ends straight now that they're folded. And I did deviate right there because I couldn't do anything other than that. Now we've got a tube and we have a cut. You can't even see the damn seam. Where are you? Right there. So we're going to hold it like that. And we're going to cut down into the side about a 1/2 inch. And then this comes off. We're just taking it off all at once instead of doing it individually before it's capiche? I'm going to do some things with this cellophane on sewing machine too. Same thing, we've got a tube and we already glued this one. We didn't on our prototypes because the paper was holding its shape good enough. So now we fold it in half. We don't care anything but whether these ends right here are square. Now because this is kind of not wanting to play with me very nice, instead of just cutting once, I'm going to cut twice. The other way, if you fold it this way and cut it, they're even, equal. So in theory, let's go ahead and use the glue stick and see if it holds forever. Fold that little tab up, and this little tab can either stay or go or whatever. Now then, there is easy peasy envelope. Cue the clapping and applause, please. And I need to see where my tags and stuff are. Hang on just 1 minute. All right, where you hiding? I don't know where they are. It's just this. Right here, almost in plain sight. These are some scraps. And this is not where they are. I just want to put something in there so you can see it. I've given up on trying to keep my studio neat. And I decided what to do with my jelly index card a day things. Use them for this. Anyway, that's the idea. Put something in there. The other thing that we could do is make one out of a print. Get my ruler. I do better with the ruler, but theirs were not printed. It was a very utilitarian blue-ish and cream. But that was also wartime, so I'm sure if they had access to what we have access to, they would have used it. Okie dokie. Trying to keep up with my scraps. Put something in there so it won't go away. And I did print this on glassine. I mean, not glassine, onion skin. So I'm just going to decide where I want it. Fold it in half and then tear it. Now, fold this about halfway, doesn't matter. Fold this. Aha! Look at that. Oh my God. I used to make all my own clothes. You know how long you have to work to get a pattern to match perfectly? Holy cow, this must be my day. Now, I'm going to go ahead and cut this before I put it together because I think that's the easiest thing to do. I'm just cutting about a ½ inch. It's nice on this paper. I guess y'all heard Simone Biles had a little mishap. I get so angry at people going, what's wrong with her? You're supposed to fight through that stuff. No, you're not. No, you're not. You could ruin yourself for long term. And if you don't think emotional stuff or physical, nobody knows yet what she has, but she was under a lot of pressure. Now this is going to be a little easier to work with. So I'm just going to fold that in half and then in half. And I've got all four corners of my tabs right like that. Ta-da! Cute, cute. So then we'll tape up one end. I didn't want to get my thing all sticky, but yeah. when some people are putting envelopes in a journal and gluing them down, they glue them this way with the seam on the back because the flap opens up and out. But for something like this, you could paste the seam side down and just fold this flap out. And then you get into it like that. And trim it up. Yeah, it is easy, and you don't really have to think about it. So we've done that one. Now let's do this one. Pretty much the same way, okay? Pretty much the same way. This is the envelope here. And I took it apart to see what my outer edges are. And those get cut out later. That's part of what makes other ones so hard. I think we'll use this. And this fold-up piece can be shorter. So let's make sure we've got our tab room. And that's going to be a lot shorter. Let's just go with what we've got. So I'm going to cut off. I'm going to cut off my edges. No, you don't need to do that. Y'all like the way I'm working here? Screw it. Just center the damn thing. We got plenty of paper. Kind of try to get it lined up a little. Okay, there's one. This is the beauty of this, I think, is that any size you want to make, you can make. I hate to admit it. I'm good at math and stuff, but that envelope board makes me a little crazy. Yeah, I'll get rid of the bottom end. I'm making this up as I go along. So we shall see. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off. See how much faster tearing it is? Okie doke. Now the first thing I did was folded it in half. Don't make a hard crease, because that's just to get you going. And I did that because I didn't know where my flap was going to be. So you could bring it down. I told you I'm making this up as I go along. You could bring it down where that would be your top flap. Let's go ahead and do that. It might be easier. So the piece on the back gets cut 1/2 inch. It is easier that way. Fold that edge up to where you want your flap to be. Okay, so now these are our flaps. We've got to cut 2 corners. So I'm going to fold it like that. I'm going to fold it this way so I can see where my deal is. And I'm going to cut both sides at the same time. And they've got kind of an angle, so we're going to now they match. Fold these in. Don't glue them. Fold that in. Fold that up. And fold this down. And looky there. Isn't that cool? Good. Except for sloppy stuff that y'all know I'm prone to. A nice, neat little envelope. Now, because this one is printed, I cut my flap off. No worries. We're just going to cut another one. How did I do that? We're just going to shorten it. Let me think. There you go. Open it up. And that might work a little bit better. There. Now then, see? You never knew I had a problem. There you go. Now, I mean, if you take your time and make it all that, it would be better. So I'm just going to glue that little puppy right on down. Here it is, ready to glue into a journal. So, any questions? You can make them any size you want. Hey, Clint. Yeah, it's hot here today, too. I think we're at 93. We've been really lucky, though, this year. Okay, let's clean up the envelope. Anybody have any questions? I mean, you can trim this up any way you want to. If you wanted to fold these corners, cut them a little bit, you could. You can do anything you want to do. But no muss, no fuss. Just a straight edge, a little bit of glue, and you're good to go. So these make readies we're done with. And all of that we're done with. So we made 3 envelopes in no time. Scrap paper, envelope. Now this is one I made from a pattern where you have to, and this was some time ago. Today is the day that I came up with this idea. See, I was on my walk. I thought, an envelope is the same on the top and the bottom and on the curve on each side. So you ought to be able to cut that in fourths. There you have it. But here's one kind of. But I had to cut it out like this. Then you could have You could do it like this. I mean, you can do anything you want to by the time when you have your outside measurements. And here, your outside measurements would be here, down, and here. So you've got a rectangle for your outside measurements. And then you decide where you want this to fold up. This is your bottom piece. And once you have that, then you can do your trimming. First, you would want to, first you would cut these out. Cut. And then decide if you want a short one at the bottom or not. And this is kind of interesting because I couldn't figure out exactly what it was supposed to be. You can fold that in and have a flap here. Or you can fold this one in and have a flap here. So I don't understand, but this is much easier to remember. But we can put that in our journal. Questions? None? I guess that means I'm doing an okay job then. I'm going to get out my this is one of the pages we did using South Apter's products. That one's just right nice right there. I like that. Can y'all believe I've got to pack up this studio? Oh my God. With a bad knee. No, it'll be a good knee by then. There's something right there that could have a little piece of washi tape on it. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. We did that somewhere else. Right here. I had a little bit of a rip. I mean, these kind of books aren't really designed to take this kind of abuse. I need to bring that on up. I keep forgetting. So, here we go. Ooh. That's perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and put this on. This is the front. This is the back. Since you can't tell them apart, because I did such an astounding job. I could put it like that. All right. I've got 2 notes. The reason I'm using this a lot is because I've got 3 rolls of it. We've got typography. We've got document. And journey. Travel. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's take a look at typography. I don't think I've used it. I'm going to use that. I think I decided that it did not like to be torn, but I don't remember. So I'm just going to cut. Along that line. And I'm going to go ahead and cut down there so that it'll cover the whole top of the page, and that does. I have a little bit left over so that I can trim it. since we are not into measuring, right? My brain used to be so sharp. M.O. Birch with best wishes from Chesterton. That is going to go right up here. I'll check and see how square it is. This is like playing with gossamer wings. That's not too bad. So it's going to go right there. Didn't do so good, did I? So we're going to have a little bit of space left on either side. Try to get it, from the middle out. Don't get too aggressive with a bone folder because this is wet and it is collage paper. This side's prettier anyway. Perfect. Y'all know how I like things off center. So here we go. This is just about done. That's still my favorite way of gluing. I just think that's so cute. Now then, we'll get some postage stamps. Hang on. But you know what? There's always a chance that I'll have a bigger studio. But maybe not. Maybe not. Japan, looky there, looky there. I've got some distress pads stacked up right there. Hard brick. Nope, I don't have. That's the reddest I've got, and it will be fun. Oops. Oopsie. Singapore, I put the wrong one. Put the ink on the wrong one. Okay, so let's go over here and we're just going to put it down somewhere. Hi, Deborah. Now we'll go back to our page. Where are you? You there? Okay, so now we want job pad. Cool. And then we're trying to read this text or something else. I got this little bitty stuff that I got from AliExpress. You can order it direct from Amazon should you choose to, because you got a thing about ordering from China. If you're worried about that, use a credit card that you don't use for anything else. These are all kits. Okay, I'm looking for a stamp. Bear with me. A lot of times all the Amazon folks are going to do is get your order and get your money, and then they're going to order it from AliExpress too. It's got some good doodles on it. There's tickets. No, you had that one out already. These are kind of corny, but let's see what we got down here. I think these are probably going to be better. I'm going to use this one at the top. It just says arrived. Not the best stamp in the world, but I never claimed to be the best stamper. Look at what I just did. Vicki Ross. Okay, put all this away. Maybe the ticket one grabbed my attention. cleaning up as I go. What do y'all think? Okay, now we've got this cute little envelope that needs something in it so we'll know that it's supposed to have something in it. And since I can't find my tags, just folding it 3 ways, 3 or 4 ways. That's how they did it. Or whatever you put in there, you want to make sure that it's sticking out enough so you can get your hands on it. Cool. Ta-da! One page. First thing I'm going to do is take a picture while I got it there. And all the lights on. I usually remember that I didn't take the picture after I turn all the lights off. Very nice. And here comes our big journal. And we have a clear envelope. Isn't that just cool? Don't break your arm patting yourself on the back. See, that could go someplace like that. With something in it that relates. This is really nasty and grungy. What do I want to do with it? Doesn't really matter. Just pick some. This one looks like the other book because it's brighter colored, so we're not going to do that one. All right, get serious. Do you ever do a page and then hate to cover it up? Just making sure that the page was folded before I got too excited about this. So if I do that, which I think I'm going to, it doesn't matter. Don't overthink it. Deborah, we just made these envelopes. With no pattern. And it worked great. I was tickled. You may not like this glue stick after all. But if it starts to want to come up, we'll just put some stronger glue under it. And then We've got some wonky little tickets. How about black soot? You did it again. You did it again. Pretty good, pretty good. I don't know where I got these washi tapes, but I found them the other day. Buds. Travel. That's a good one. It's got the what do you call it? Airmail. No, the glue's not holding. I need to get that where I can see it. Same thing with the washi tape. If you put it on with just the adhesive it came with, if it starts to come up later, you can. Right now, BB. I'm just going to leave it for now. If I could see it, it would be better. Yeah. Coming up. I just got glue on this. It dries clear, so we're cool. I was afraid it wouldn't stick. I bought from the Dollar Tree some of this glue because it had that little point, but it's real wet. It's more like Elmer's, but it'll be good for something. You don't want that glued down. It's invisible. Can't tell what's been done here. Okay, put that right there. And then if it glues to that, you can grab it and pull it out. Okay. Now then. You feed it with some water or dip it in some water. Sometimes that helps them. I have a love-hate with these pens. There. Just something to fill the space. Bon voyage. Bring lots. You can't tell that's a T. And there's an L. Lots of goodies. XXOO me. Done. These are kind of Nick Bantaki, if you don't know who that is. Look him up. He's got some cool stuff. Just want that to sit in there. Picture. Face ID. Come on. Alrighty, and it is 4:37, so I've been here a little over an hour. Let's go back to the other book and do something with that blue envelope while we've got it and know where it is. Because otherwise we might think about putting it in here and won't be able to find it. Oh, look, there's a nice page. Look at me, not wanting to cover up all the blue. You don't have to go in order. Aha. That's a butterfly. I don't want to cover that up. That's right there. I'm thinking, I'm stalling. I'm going to put some more of the collage paper. And I grabbed document. I'm going to do the whole page. And then if it's hanging off a little bit, I'm just going to leave it. I like the ragged part. Well, that's just perfect. Another ooh-hoo. Man, I can't believe how perfect. that fits. Got a few wrinkles. That's okay. Doesn't that make a nice page? Oops. Oopsie. It's not cut straight. That's what it is. All right. Doesn't matter. Leave it. Leave it, Beaver. We can't fold that over because of that. So now you're making a good mess. Is that right? That envelope, isn't that cute? Now we have a little scrap. Orders attended to day or night. Okay. Now what? See, this is a case where you can make the envelope to match the page without any effort. Let's see what we got. We use that one today. Eiffel Tower. Bicycles. Let's do bicycles. And after I get this unstuck, oh, thank you. I'm going to run it right across the middle. And right across to the other side. Just because I have it. Thank goodness I've got all my art supplies in bins. Just get some Dollar Tree saran wrap and fix them where they won't. I think I'm going to put that right there. And I think I'm going to round these corners. Or diagonal. Now this time I'm just going to put the glue on the back. Overlap that a little bit so they'll look like they belong on a page. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed this envelope thing as much as I did, because I would do more envelopes if they were easy, and these are. And next week or two, if I'm not on my deathbed, oh, we're not going to put that out, are we? I'm going to do some origami. And this says Aeronautica. Let's do that because it's big. And let's do the fired brick. And let's not do it on top of the page. Remember, this is a field note. So this is what Dr. Victoria would be messing with as she travels the world, collecting bits and pieces of old documents and matchbooks and, you know, stuff. And see, that could almost be enough there. I got this out too. This is an old piece of newsprint. That'll make a great envelope, but I'm not going to do it today. All right, guys. Anybody have any questions? Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah, he is tempting. You're so sweet, Miss Deborah. I am just, as you can tell, I'm tickled with these envelopes. This one is just spectacular. Printed on onion skin. Let me take pictures of these while y'all are here. Y'all know how to do this, right? If you don't have real strong light, like I've got 7 or 8 lights, I take them into the kitchen, lay it down on the floor, the tile floor, and that's a bright southern exposure. Be sure you don't get your shadow in the pictures. And it'll give you good light. And then what I do, can you see this? You can't see that. I line it up square, at least 3 edges. And it makes it much easier to crop. So I got to get down here where the bottom is. Sometimes you have to go higher because you want that square edge. There. See? What was that? That's my messy desk. Although my desk was better today, y'all have to admit. Okie dokie. I am going to be over and out. I'm going to click on my little thing and in broadcast. Oh, wait, I can't do that. I got to do my close. Here we go. Love y'all. Thanks for coming and helping.